During your experience, when you were talking about the three core aspects of like leadership and you had to communicate, could you give like an example of a time where you had to communicate your goal with somebody that like kind of had a different vision? Because I run into that a lot whenever I'm trying to communicate maybe with the people that I'm working with and they just don't see what I'm saying.
Right.
So you're just trying to communicate, but I'm not very good at that. I'm hard-headed.
Yeah, so there are going to be times where you're going to have conflict, and people are going to have different visions, and
Right.
it doesn't mean that your vision is worse than theirs is worse than yours, but it's just different. I think one instance where I had a different vision was when I was working with that boys organization. We used to do these 1 week long leadership camps for our boys, and we had these rules that you had to tuck your shirt in, you had to say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, like all these kind of like formal rules that taught you basically etiquette, right? And how to interact with other people and be professional. And I come from a military, like my mom's an Air Force like officer, and so I know like etiquette, like yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, tuck your shirt in. I don't like to tuck my shirt in, but doggone freaking if it's a week and I have to tuck in my shirt, it's not that big a deal, tucking the shirt. And so I was very fixated on those little small things, making sure that they were quiet when they were supposed to be quiet and all that kind of stuff. And I think I had the same vision as the leader of the camp, the director of the camp, but we just had different ideas of how we were going to actually operationalize those visions, right? And so when it comes to communicating my ideas to him and him communicating ideas to me, it wasn't a negative experience. There was some conflict there, but he was like trying to understand the perspectives that these kids were coming from. Because we had kids who were from completely broken homes. We had one kid whose mom would not she would leave for days at a time, and there would hardly be any food in the house, and he had 4 younger brothers, and so for him this wasn't like leadership camp, this was vacation, right? And so he kind of sort of taught me you have to understand other people's perspectives, and so with your vision and what you believe should be done, is it really feasible within this set of people that you're supposed to be serving, right?
Right.
And so that was kind of sort of the focus that he reminded me. It's like I wasn't there, even though we had these rules in place, and I like rules like that because I like to see like young men. I love to see young men act professional, right? But was it really feasible in the context of who these kids were? It really wasn't at the time. And so understanding that even though I have a certain vision and I want to see certain things for the community, and they may be great things for my stakeholders, the people who I'm supposed to be serving, I also have to understand that they may have a different view of themselves or a different perspective, and so I have to kind of dial my own interest back